Welcome back to the 2015 Hurley Pro. A huge heat in the water. World number one, Adriano de Souza hits the lineup. It's going up against Michel Bourez and wildcard Ian Crane. For the rest of the surfers on tour, be it last place or second place, everybody wants a piece of Adriano. So to start it off, let's go with the local wildcard going vertical. It's Ian Crane. A nice backside snap, almost loses it, recovers nicely. So Crano, he lives right up the street. He's out here on any and every given day.
Yeah, Ian, local knowledge, but that was surprising. That wave was always looking pretty lackluster.
Here he is, your world number one, Adriano de Souza. Nice opening snap. Big carve, really laying his heels into that turn. Wow, looking really lively, almost a little too lively on that wave. Adriano, he's out, and right behind him, the third surfer up, Bourez. So Bourez opts out of that one. 30-minute heats, plenty of opportunity. We saw 8, 9, 10 waves being ridden by each surfer in that last heat, so we know there's ample waves here at lowers.
Well, again, this wave didn't have a good line on it. It was kind of peaky on the outside, and then it got really flat after that. So surprising from the local boy. You think that he'll definitely have an advantage by picking the better waves, but maybe just frothed out. He's young, he's in a CT, and so just showing a little too much psych there. Nice opening maneuvers here for Adriano de Souza, but just getting a little squirrely on that second turn. And that wave was really hard to surf as well. It was fast, it was sectiony, so not going to be a keeper for Adriano de Souza. And Michel Bourez also.
Just adding some more little options to different turns and stuff like that. He's I've known Snips for a long time, and he's really good friends with Taylor Knox, who I'm really good friends with too. So it's fitted really well.
Thanks, Todd. Yeah, one of the most fit humans on this World Championship Tour. Of course, Mick Fanning, but right now, deep bottom turn into a heavy-footed hack. Adriano de Souza, 24 minutes and 30 seconds to go. His first wave of 5.83, so you can just tell he's kind of just sitting back, remaining calm, and a very different approach on this wave from Adriano. Last wave, he looked a little bit antsy, but this one, he's kind of locked it into the zone, all the way to the beach. Adriano de Souza, a great start. Right behind him, the Spartan himself, Bourez. Let's see what Bourez had out the back.
Well, there we go. Adriano de Souza, consistent, smart. He knows when to pump it up. He's got that nice nose pick air reverse on lock, but you don't see it until he needs it. So calculated surfing there from Adriano. And behind him, the Spartan. Watch the buckets out the back. Amazing. This guy, so much power. And what I like, Chris, about Michel in the last year, he got a couple of wins last year. I think he's refined it a little bit. You used to see him grunt through those carves so much that water would just kind of come off his surfboard everywhere, but he's cleaned it up a bit, and it looks nice. It's just easier to score. Great bottom turn there from Adriano, but just kind of cruisy on that midsection there, going for the cutback, taking his time, waiting for that thing to kind of give him something exciting. But you could see that wave got slopey. It stayed. It had that nice big old fat shoulder. It's not nice. It's actually a bit of a culprit here. If you get those waves that bend out to sea, it's hard to do something exciting. So Adriano, he looks good. It's amazing, sort of that line that he draws. It's different from most guys. A lot of guys like to get kind of lengthy and use that leverage getting tall, but Adriano very comfortable staying low to his board. 5'11", in height. They'll ride boards their height, and that's very normal. But for guys that are around 5'4", 5'5", such as Hiroto and Adriano, they like to have that 3 or 4 inches above their height. So pretty interesting. It does allow them to get more drive, but sometimes you can see that extra bit of nose in front of them.
You can't talk about the waves and the conditions without mentioning the water is 75 degrees and it's about 85, maybe pushing 90 on the beach. So if you're going to come down here, bring plenty of shade and bring a hat, lots of water. You can't make it a beach day without a lot of water. So if you're coming down, make sure you're ready. Looking like being ready. The Spartan, smaller wave from out the back. Since second place, he only needed a 4.73, so Yeah, wise choice. It didn't seem like much was going on at that particular moment when he caught that wave. You know, his biggest score right now is 7.33, so that'll definitely be his backup. But watch out. Wild card, Ian Crane cranks it off the bottom. Nice. Tail whipping, backside snap. And this is a much better wave for Crano as he blasts the tail, recovers nicely. So a great wave choice and maneuver choice for Ian Crane. You can tell he's done this before, Ross. All the way to the beach, another snap. You know, he's got that just quick backside hook, kind of reminiscent of a Corey Lopez style, whipping that backside leg, kicking extra water out. And he's got a front row seat of Adriano de Souza, who's laying into this first turn straight off the bottom up into a whitewater ride. Comes around this big section out on the open face, hooks it back around. Adriano again, beautiful bottom turn, top turn combination. Just watch the way he coils through these bottom turns. Powerful, powerful surfing from your current world #1, Adriano de Souza.
So unfortunately for Michel Bourez, behind these waves were absolute gems, and both Ian and Adriano capitalized. But he put some pretty solid surfing up. Again, can't stand those whitewashy faces. That always just kind of hinders the scoring potential. Doesn't look as clean. So this will be, you know, a very modest score for Michel. But you know, the board is looking really fresh. Right here, not able to finish off this little finner. But again, he just needs to get back out in the lineup and pick off a nice solid set wave. This turn right here looks like Owen Wright. Nice little fins-free huck. This one's even better, a little more on the money. Got a little more friction from that wave, even chucked some spray. And so, you know, Ian Crane has a really cool style, very cruisy. He seems like very patient. He doesn't try to tap his board or generate speed. He just waits for the wave to push him around. The culprit for that is maybe sometimes he could get accused by looking a little bit lazy, but I like it. You know, he just seems to really cruise into each maneuver. But Adriano de Souza, look at this wave, well overhead. That first turn, again, the judges are going to love it. That's just buzzing with all the key words in the commitment, or in the criteria. You know, showing that commitment on that first turn. Just a tiny hung up on that car, but then really hooked into that last turn, Chris.
Yeah, I think the difference to me is clear on those three waves. Michel Bourez now taking the lead. His last wave of 5.4. De Souza in second to 6.51. Ian Crane's second scoring wave of 7.17, but he is back at it, going vertical on his backhand. Great combination surfing for your San Clemente local. Ian Crane goes a little too hard on the backside whip, goes down, but I like the way he opened that wave up. So Ian Crane is definitely showing there's not much difference between these top QS guys.
No.
Throwing the tail from Ian Crane, needs to mix it up a little bit. I like that he tried on the end of that wave to go fully into that reverse. We'll see. What do you think, Ross? He's kind of got you know, a lot of similar turns, but
yeah, well, the first turn was nice. It was crisp. The second one got stuck just a little more, but it was nice. And then I like the fact that he went for it on that third turn. He kind of needed to create a big score. If he just went for your stock hit, it wouldn't have been as big of a score.
Here you have a lot of support for Ian Crane. This is an Instagram from Dan Godowskis versus the San Clemente locals. They stay together.
But Ian is a character, isn't he, Chris? He's doesn't take himself too serious, really fun guy, and it enables him to kind of free up his surfing. You can see it when he's riding a wave. You know, he's not afraid to go big.
To do well and make San Clemente proud. And we'll see what he's got right now. He's going to opt for the left, and Adriano de Souza is going right, so we're going to stick with Adriano. He's up and out. And meanwhile, Ian Crane finding a kind of a rare gem of a left, looking for a ramp, gaining speed, gets it, goes the front side air reverse, and it's about a half a make. Not quite there, but out the back, right back on the next wave. Adriano, kind of a double poked floater, all setup turns thus far, cranks it off the bottom, blows the tail, blows the tail again. So a kind of a messy approach, but gets the job done. De Souza completed ride, a couple good turns out the back.
And this is getting fun the last 5 minutes.
Here we go, the Spartan. up and riding. Expect firepower. Opens it up. A little setup floater. Goes vertical into the whitewater, waiting for the section he wants, and there it was. Big hack from Michel Bourez, following through with a massive gouging cutback. Finishes nicely. A little layback jam. Straight into a foam ball float. Oh. Little hammer fist. Bourez pounded that wave.
Yeah, he did. You know, it's cool. A couple of days ago, he posted on Instagram that, hey, I've been under the weather pretty serious for the last 5 days, so I was concerned about his energy, but he's looking really fired up. Michel Bourez is definitely going to turn the heat. And there's that wave from Ian Crane, that little left. Again, I'm thinking a non-factor, got hung up on the first turn, and as you called it, Chris, not quite making it all the way out of that. That's not as clean as the judges want. They want to see a nice stomp clean in front of the whitewash. So I think he'll still be searching for a score. This is actually, you know, the score that's going to make everything a little bit questionable. Did he better a 6.23? In my eyes, you know, I don't think he did, but you know, sometimes I'm not on the same level as the judges, so we'll see what happened there. Nice finishing maneuver, pretty exciting fin hook there, but not a whole lot to be stoked on the outside. But this is definitely the best wave so far, I think. You know, really ripped into that carb and even found a little bit more energy right there. Sort of like Mick Fanning, he gained speed out of that hack. And then mixing it up. Wow, a little layback drop wallet there for Michel Bourez. And watch this. Yes, boys, you can see when he claims it, you know he's onto something.
Yeah, that was rare. Scores dropping in. Adriano's second scoring wave now comes in at a 6.70. It's going to make things a little bit more tough for Ian Crane, who now needs a 7.21. That means Bourez needs a 7.05. We're waiting for scores for his last wave.
Well, there you go. So he did up the ante just a little bit. So
pay very close attention to every turn, every detail of the waves these guys are surfing. That translates right there to Bourez, a 6.3. In this heat, a bit more interesting as far as the 1, 2, 3 positions. Here goes Ian Crane, gaining speed, looking for a ramp, and he's got it. A little bit mistimed on the takeoff, but a perfect reaction. Lands nicely, straight back into the pocket. Both surfers out the back, and Crane goes down, but somehow manages to get back up and finish the wave. Quick snap on the inside, so nice executed frontside straight air. I don't think he got a grab in there, but he landed it and got right back in the pocket. That will make things now very interesting. The judges have something totally different to look at, so